We're going to talk about working with a stacked deck. The Si Stebbins Stack looks like a completely mixed up deck, but every card is in a very specific order. So to set up the Si Stebbins Stack, you'll begin by separating all of the suits and then setting your cards up ace through king in each suit. Now you'll notice that I have them set up as clubs first, then hearts, then spades, then diamonds. This is called the chased order because you spell out the word C-H-A-S-E-D, and if you take the vowels out, you're left with C-H-S-D. So C for clubs, H for hearts, S for spades, and D for diamonds. So if you were to have a heart, just think in your head, chase, C-H-S. After heart comes spades, S, and then D, diamonds. When you get to diamonds, you start over with chased, so you know you're back to clubs. Now for the numbers, you want them to go up by 3. So right now they're all in the exact same position. So what we're going to do is move 3 cards from the second pile. So this first pile is the way it needs to be. For the second pile, the hearts, we're just going to take the ace, the 2, and the 3, and we're going to move them down to the bottom. We'll slide all these cards up. So that now I have the king. When I get to the king, I'm going to start over. So king, then ace, 2, 3. So I've got the 3 here. So after the king of clubs comes the 3 of hearts. Then if the 3 of hearts, it's going to be 3 higher than that. So 4, 5, 6, and it's going to be spades. So after the 3 should be the 6 of spades. So I'm just going to cut the first 6 cards to the bottom here. So now we have king, then 3, then 6 of spades. And then after 6 of spades, go up 3 more. So 7, 8, 9, 9 of diamonds. So this should start at 9. So we'll just cut these cards up here. Now these piles are set up in Si Stebbins order. We got the king, then we have the 3, then we have the 6, then we have the 9. And then after 9, 10, jack, queen. We start from the beginning again of clubs. Then queen, king, ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, and you get the point. Now you'll just take each card one at a time and you'll stack them on top of each other until you've got every card set up. Now you're all set with your Si Stebbins stack. Once you've got your cards set up, you can cut the deck as often as you want and as freely as you want, because remember, cutting a deck of cards doesn't change the order of the cards. It only changes the starting point of where the order is. So let's start with the most basic use of the Si Stebbins stack. All you have to do is look at the bottom card of the deck and it'll tell you what the next card or the top card is going to be. Because remember, when you look at the deck of cards, the bottom card just starts over, then at the top, that's the order they go in. So if I know the bottom card is an 8 of hearts, I'd add 3. So 8, 9, 10, jack. So the top card is going to be a jack. And now think chased, C, H, S, D. So this is the H for hearts. So C, H, S is spades. So after hearts comes spades. So 8, 9, 10, jack of spades. So the top card is going to be the jack of spades. As you get used to using the stack, you get much quicker at it. So you'll just casually glance at the bottom card. I saw it was the 5 of clubs. So in my head, I'm thinking 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know it's an 8. Clubs is C. So next is hearts, H, right? So 8 of hearts, right? I know it's the 8 of hearts. Now I'm not going to say anything out loud. I just know that in my head, and I'm going to some card trick knowing that they're going to get the 8 of hearts. In real time, if I just cut these cards, I casually see the bottom card, so I know the next one's going to be the 4 of hearts. And that's how quick it happens in real world once you get used to using the stack. Now that's the most basic use, and probably not how you're going to use a Si Stebbins stack. You could do that, and it's kind of cool to know what the card's going to be. But a better way to use this would be to dribble the cards, for example, and ask a spectator to say stop. So in the real world, it would look something like this. I cut the cards, I'd say, all right, I'm going to dribble the cards, you tell me when to say stop. I start dribbling, they say stop right there. I'd say, hey, take this card, look at it. And while I'm handing them this card, notice I just tilted this back to me. And I can see this card. Now remember, if I'm giving them this card, the one right here, this is the card after this card. It's the same as looking at the bottom card to see the top card, right? If I would cut the deck right here, this would be the bottom card and this would be the top card. So it's the exact same thing, except it looks better if I just have them stop me and I hand them, okay, take the card that you stopped at. They're looking at this card. I see this is the jack of clubs, right? So jack, queen, king, ace, and C, H. So that's going to be a heart, right? So we have the ace of hearts. So with very little interaction, I already know which card they're picking. But let's say you hand the spectator the cards, you tell them to cut the cards, and you ask them to make a bunch of piles on the table. As many piles as they want, 5, 6, 7, how many piles they want. And they'll do that, and you'll say, all right, now pick any pile. So let's say they pick this pile, all right? I'll say, all right, You could have picked any pile. You picked out. You sure that's the one you want? Yes, of course, that's the one you want. All right. Now, what I want you to do is look at the top card. Now, I already know, because I saw this card is the jack, queen, king, ace. That's the ace of diamonds. So after diamonds comes clubs. I know it's the ace of clubs. Now, this feels so random because there were just piles of cards on the table. How could I have possibly known what card they were thinking of? Now, the only thing with using this version is when you make these stacks, if you don't want to mess up your Si Stebbins stack, you're going to have to make sure you put them back in the same order. And all you have to do is look at the bottom of the next pile. So if they pick this pile, I just have to see this card to know what this card is going to be. If they pick this pile, I have to see the bottom of this one. If they pick this one, it's the best because it goes back to the beginning. I just have to see the bottom of this pile. When you restack the piles, let's say they pick this one. I'm just going to pick this up casually and look at it. I see it's the ace, right? So that's a 4. That's spades. So chase, S, D, diamonds, 4 of diamonds. Got to be 4 diamonds there, right? So I just quickly see that. I know that's the 4 diamonds. I'm going to take this away. I would just leave this pack here. And then with my other hand, I stack these packs back the right way. Now, I can't put this one on top because this pile goes on top of this. And then this goes on top of that. However, you could put the rest of the pack on top of this. It's the same as cutting the cards. And then when you put this deck back, you haven't actually changed the order of the pack because now you have the ace on the bottom and you have the 4 on top and the stack is still in place. Now, if you're going to use this in an actual performance, let's say you're getting paid to perform, I would say use the stack, but don't be afraid to mess up your stack. So have them pick a card. They're going to look at their card. You've got your key right here, 3, 4, 5, 6 clubs. It's a heart, so it's a 6 of hearts. There it is. They're going to look at that and they put it back and immediately say, okay, now shuffle the cards because I don't want to find your card. Don't be afraid to mess up your stack. You already got the outcome of this trick. You don't need to bring another deck of cards into the mix. Have them mix them up as much as they want. Make this be the first trick you do in your act. It'll be so mind-blowing because they saw the cards are mixed up. They randomly selected a card. You let them shuffle, and somehow you figured out which card they were thinking of. There are entire books written on the Si Stebbins stack. So don't just take these few things and think, oh, that's all you can do with it. There are so many tricks that can be done with this stack.